So we are going to travel to another country, which is Austria. And we will start with the Technical University of Graz. We should have with us Julie Rose.
Hello. Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. Can you please enable content for this? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You
no.
can see?
Yeah. No. I just want to enable. If you want to ask if you click the enable content. Yeah, because there's a video attached to this presentation. Okay.
Oh.
So. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. So I'm Julie Rose Curies, and I'm representing the Graz University of Technology. So next slide, please. Yeah, so I would just like to give a quick overview about the research and technology at TU Graz. So just a short video on the perspective of a researcher in TU Graz.
As a child, I loved adventure. I loved to explore virtual worlds. And at the time, I didn't know that one day I would create such worlds myself. My name is Joanna Pierker, and I'm a computer scientist focusing on research and education in game development. I studied software engineering at TU Graz, and this opened up new opportunities for me. I wrote my master thesis during my time at MIT in Boston. Then I came back to Graz, Austria's second city, and to TU Graz, a university with a great international reputation in technology and natural sciences, and a hub for successful cooperation with science and industry. I've worked on many projects that took me further, connected me with fantastic people, and projects that opened up new perspectives. I'm an assistant professor and teach students from all over the world, focusing on research and teaching that extends beyond my own department, and carry out interdisciplinary work with colleagues from various fields of expertise. Smart production, electronics and sensor technology, e-mobility, BCI, AI, drones and robotics, digital building, cybersecurity, to name just a few. Areas that enable us to follow new paths together and to address key social issues and challenges of the future. So many colleagues who inspire me, give me thought-provoking inputs, and enable me to come up with new ideas and concepts. Because my job takes me all around the world. I love this mix of urban living and laid-back atmosphere in Graz. And being part of it is just great.
What's your story?
Okay, thank you. So next slide, please. Yeah, so as the name suggests, we are the Graz University of Technology. So our faculties are focused on technical sciences. So we have architecture, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and economic sciences, electrical and information engineering, mathematics, physics and geodesy, technical chemistry, chemical and process engineering, biotechnology, and computer science and biomedical engineering. So we are open to all hosting opportunities for these 7 faculties. Next slide, please. The research landscape at TU Graz is actually, we are in the leading position in Austrian competence centers, and we have several EU-funded projects and several ERC grants and 15 Christian Doppler laboratories and research centers and clusters in the field of hydrogen research, machine learning, sustainable construction, and railway systems. Next slide, please. Yes, the fields of expertise that we mentioned is that these are kinds of specialization where we focus on excellence, focused research, interdisciplinarity, intensive collaboration, strategic partnership with national and international scientific organizations, and participation in scientific competence centers and research networks. Next slide, please. So the 5 fields of expertise in TU Graz our advanced material sciences. Next slide, please. Sustainable systems, mobility and production, human and biotechnology, and information and communication technology. So the idea of the fields of sciences is to enable interdisciplinarity in research. So here, I would like to introduce you the TU Graz Research Portal. In case you are looking for a supervisor, this portal is a great tool because you can type in the keyword of your research field in the search box, and it will give you a result of persons or researchers in TU Graz who are working on this specific field. And also it can will also result in some conference papers, papers and articles, journal articles that were also written in this specific field, and also projects that are currently being done in this field. Next slide, please. I'd like to also mention that TU Graz is a welcome center, which is a service and guidance for international guest researchers. So it will answer all your questions regarding anything about visa, permits, housing, etc. Next slide, please. And lastly, I would also like to mention that TU Graz has a research and technology house. This is the department where I came from, where I'm currently working, and we offer project support in pre-award phase. So this means we give funding advice and support in submitting grant applications. So specifically for proposal writing specific chapters, and project cost calculations. And if the project is awarded, we would also provide project management support. Yeah, so your contact at TU Graz for Marie Sklodowska-Curie Action postdoctoral fellowship projects would be me, Julie Rose Curies, and you can email me in the contact below. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Julie Rose, for starting the Austrian chapter of today and also introducing the Technical University of Graz. We are going to continue with our second presentation from Austria. It is going to be the Montanuniversität Leoben.
A big hello from Montanuniversität Leoben in Styria, Austria. My name is Johanna Irgier, and it is my pleasure to present my institution to all of you today. I've graduated from a university in Austria and spent quite some time also abroad at different institutions, and then joined Montanuniversität Leoben in 2019. Today I'm assistant professor in analytical chemistry and also adjunct professor at the University of Calgary. So my research is focusing on chemistry, but I'm also engaged into teaching and lecturing. I'm very enthusiastic with third mission initiatives, and I love to network on national and international level. This is also why I love to engage with incoming students, and I really encourage students to make international experiences and to go abroad. Having a look at the map, Austria, located in the heart of Europe, is a quite small country, and Leoben and the university are located in the heart of the county Styria, which is seen here with the red spot in the middle of Austria. The city of Leoben has roughly 30,000 inhabitants, and a large aliquot of that are people related to the university, either staff or students. The university was founded in 1840 as Styrian Corporate School of Mining, with the intention to be the center of expertise in mining and metallurgy from the Alpine region. So there was a center of that expertise in Europe located in Leoben. We have quite a large campus to explore. Most of the buildings are spread over the entire city, and we today have roughly 3,500 students from over 80 nations. We have a very high rate for students for on-campus employment, so many students work already during their studies at different institutes. And what is very specific for Leoben is that we have a great rate of supervision. So there is a ratio of 8:1 students to lecturers. Of course, there is also a lot of activities aside the actual science and aside the actual studies, including different sports courses and initiatives. So as Leoben is located in the middle of the mountains, especially for outdoorsy people, there is a lot to do. Montanuniversität Leoben stands for excellent science, outstanding education, and absolute excellence in research and teaching. We have 3 areas of competence for the future. These are advanced resources, sustainable processing, and smart materials. Today, our society is facing major challenges such as resource scarcity, climate, energy, and the environment. And we need to face these challenges with technical and scientific methods. This is where Montanuniversität Leoben comes into play. So our actions are aligned with 5 core values, which are energy efficiency, climate neutrality, sustainability, zero waste, and circular design. Our university is linked very well into an international network, and this of course also is based on EC funding. So we have quite a large number of EU projects in different programs, more than 50 EU projects in the FP7 and Horizon 2020 program, 15 ongoing projects in Horizon Europe, and of course many scholarships and ERC grants that are going on, both as project partners and project coordinators. So of course, international people, incoming people are always welcome to approach us if there is project ideas, if there is the intention to join Montanuniversität Leoben and work with us for a better future. So I hope you became curious about Montanuniversität Leoben and the research and the possibilities for incoming options to getting to Leoben for research and studying. You're more than welcome to visit our webpage, to visit our social media platforms, or to go into direct contact, either with the researchers and the institutes that you're interested to do your research at, or with our contact person at Montanuniversität Leoben, Ina Maria Wegscheider. With that, I'm looking forward to welcoming you in Leoben. Take care.
Thank you so much, Johanna, for introducing the Montanuniversität Leoben opportunities, and that you are also open to welcome researchers from around the world to do a Marie Sklodowska-Curie postdoctoral fellowship with a supervisor from your institution. So thank you again. You're here with us, of course, so I would like to encourage anyone who has any specific questions to Johanna, please address them in the Q&A. We are going to continue with Austria, and we will learn more about the Paris Lodron University of Salzburg, which will be introduced by John, who is also here, of course, with us today. So please feel free to send him a quick message in case this is of your interest.
G'day, everybody. My name is John Dunlop. I'm a biophysicist. I'm an Australian working in Austria here in Salzburg, and my job today is to introduce you to the possibility of doing your Marie Curie-Sklodowska fellowship here in Salzburg. So why Salzburg? Salzburg is a cultural center in Europe, so it's big enough that there's lots of things going on, and yet small enough with only 150,000 inhabitants that we have a very high quality of life. As you can see from the image here, it's very quick to get into the mountains, to go hiking, skiing, into the lakes, etc. So it's one of the most beautiful cultural cities in Europe and a great place to live. University itself, it's very central in Europe, and we'll come back to that. And we have a very interdisciplinary working environment, state-of-the-art research facilities, experience in EU projects, and one advantage working in Austria is that you get slightly higher salaries than you would in other countries. The university itself is founded in 1622. So it's a long history. There was a break in between, and when it was refounded, it has since grown to almost 20,000 students, 3,000 employees, with a broad range of research subjects ranging from theology to law, business, science or natural sciences, and analytical sciences, as well as social sciences. To give you an idea about the sorts of research projects, we've chosen a short selection here, fairly randomly, about areas that we're good at, but please look further to find things that are closer to your own interests. So in biosciences, for example, there is a strong research direction in the interactions between the immune system and cancer. And with that, there are all the associated facilities required to deal with animal models, organoid experiments, as well as links to local clinics. There, as a bridge, data sciences becomes an important aspect. So machine learning and bioinformatics, it links to our new faculty of data and analytical sciences. And in particular, I want to highlight the Intelligent Data Analytics Lab in Salzburg, which has for its aim to build bridges between disciplines and out into the world of Salzburg and beyond. From the business side of things, we cover most topics, and one key aspect is to implement a sustainable research approach, which will be applied through organizations out into the society. From a social sciences perspective, one highlight is the Salzburg Center of European Union Studies, and it's the only Austrian interdisciplinary center in this field. Your application is actually more than just a simple research project, because you're going to get proactive support from our research department and from the host during your application and of course during the project. You have access to these state-of-the-art research facilities. There's a welcome center which will help you with things like accommodation. We have support for working families, and there are free German courses so that you can also learn the local language. We're embedded very strongly in Europe, and we are a part of the CIVUS, European Civic University Alliance, with a large number of universities spread around Europe, with funding for exchanges for transnational and interdisciplinary research projects. And you can take advantage of this as a Marie Sklodowska-Curie Fellow. So perhaps with this, if you wish to join us, I suggest you email your abstract or an outline of the research topic that you wish to do and an academic CV to our research department at this email address, and we will connect you with a potential host. An alternative, of course, is to find a host yourself by exploring the names of researchers and research topics that are done at Salzburg and contact them directly, potentially also with this email address in copy, and then we can assist you with your application. I really hope to see you in Salzburg. I wish you all the very best with your application and the preparation, and thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, John, for introducing and explaining a bit about the opportunities that the university offers. And of course, you are very right when it comes to Salzburg, not only because of the mountains and the possibility of skiing, but also the quality of life is amazing. So, and as I mentioned, you're here with us today. So everyone who's listening, feel free to message John for a couple more minutes. We are going to continue with the fourth institution, the Austrian Center of Industrial Biotechnology, which will be introduced to us by Martin.
And welcome to the Austrian Center of Industrial Biotechnology, which might be the best host for your Marie Sklodowska-Curie postdoctoral fellowship. My name is Martin Trinka. I'm Director of Business Development of ACIP, and I will guide you to this short presentation today. Okay, the ACIP identity. We really try to bridge the gap between excellent academic research and industrial implementation. So our goal is to take visionary new breakthrough ideas and to help them along to have a new product, a new process or a new service at the end. But we also want to include the general public. We have podcasts, blog articles, we are active in social media and do everything we can to allow that the science of our researchers is actually being heard, being understood by the general public. ASIP, the Austrian Center of Industrial Biotechnology, has a lot of experience. Taking all of our predecessors together, we have more than 30 years of experience already, and at the moment we have 207 employees which are working on different sites in Austria. Austria is a wonderful country in the heart of Europe, and we have 4 locations which are distributed almost evenly among Austria. Our headquarters is in Graz. Graz is the second largest city of Austria. It was the cultural capital of Europe once, and it's a very, very nice town. So with 300,000 inhabitants, it's not too big, it's not too small. It has a lot it can offer. It's a great work place. But you can also choose Innsbruck actually. Innsbruck is great if you want to go hiking and mountaineering, and of course skiing and snowboarding in winter. We have also the picturesque town of Tulln, which is a kind of small town at the Danube River. It's very nice working there, and we also can offer Vienna, the capital of Austria, almost 2 million inhabitants and one of the most famous cities in Europe. It really depends on which project you are aiming for, because it might not be that we have a working group for exactly your expertise in all of those 4 locations, but please just let me know which expertise you're looking for and which working group you would like to join, and let's see. Okay, ASIP is very experienced in EU projects. We host and we coordinate EU projects, and we have also experience in Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions, namely in international training networks, but also in doctoral networks and NIGHT, the researchers NIGHT, where we really want to promote our science towards the general public. So, of course, implementing research results is fine, but we also want our researchers to be able to generate high impact publications. And we're very proud that a lot of them have been able to do so. And we would very much like you to be one of the next. ASIP has at the moment more than 100 industry partners we are working with. A lot of our ASIP employees actually leave to work for the industry later on. Some leave for an academic environment, for professorship, and some stay with us, build their own research group and continue to work with ASIP. Here are just some examples of our industry partners, because we cannot name all of them. So our areas of expertise, there are 8 to give you a better idea of what you could do at ASIP. Biocatalysis is one of our strong suits, so that is the chemoenzymatic synthesis of fine chemicals, pharma intermediates or APIs. Microbial technology, where we use all kinds of microorganisms, from bacteria, yeast to fungi, to produce metabolites like citric acid, itaconic acid, or to produce proteins, enzymes, whatever possible. Enzyme technology is the next step. The application of enzymes, the immobilization of enzymes, the improvement of enzymes and reaction engineering. The next step is protein engineering, be it antibodies or enzymes. Whatever protein, we can try to increase the solubility, the activity, the affinity, the stability, and so on. So, cell line development. We work a lot with CHO cells, but also human cell lines, and here a lot with the biopharma area. Bioinformatics simulations are of course important, because to make use of all the data that we generate. Bioprocess technologies, like the development of continuous purification processes for antibodies, and environmental biotechnology, enzymes that create plastics, and more. So just take a look. I would be happy to receive your applications, and if there are any questions, please just ask.
Thank you very much, Martin, for sharing this presentation about the Austrian Center of Industrial Biotechnology. We are going to continue with the last presentation from Austria, which will be presenting and introducing the different hosting offers by the University of Vienna. It will be presented by Mónica Garcia Puerto. I believe she's here with us.
Hi, Victoria.
Can you hear us, Mónica?
Can you hear me, Victoria? Hi,
yes?
sorry. Monica's presenting tomorrow.
Oh, okay, perfect. So it is Alena, correct?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. So I am going to give you the floor. Please go ahead.
Thanks so much. As I mentioned, my name is Elena Morrison. I work in the Research Services and Career Development Department at the University of Vienna. And I'd just like to give you a brief overview of our Marie Sklodowska-Curie postdoctoral fellowship support scheme and what we offer people who are interested in applying with us. So next slide, please. The University of Vienna is over 650 years old, and it's the oldest in the German-speaking world. We have about 90,000 students and 8,500 academics, as well as offering 184 degree programs. And on the next slide, you get a brief overview of the different faculties and centers, fields of research that are included in our organization. I won't go through them all, but you can find more information on our website if you're interested. So then next slide, please. So we have two schemes for applying for a fellowship with us. What we call the regular scheme is when the applicant and the supervisor agree to work on a proposal together. So there's no deadlines for these types of submissions. If you find a supervisor who's willing to work with you, you can start working on the proposal at any time. We generally suggest earlier than the 13th of September deadline, but sometimes that doesn't happen. The second method of applying is through our expression of interest program. So we run this to reach out to potential applicants from all over the world. We have a dedicated website, which you can find on the last slide of the presentation, where we'll have a list of supervisors who are interested in hosting Marie Curie Fellows. And you can look over the supervisors and find one who matches your research interest and submit an application to the EOI. So the application consists of a CV and a short research description of your research project. Unfortunately, the EOI deadline for this year has passed, but we will be running it again in 2024. So you can look for it. Usually we start around February, listing all the different supervisors. Okay, next slide, please. So some of the reasons you should apply with us, it's a very tough competition with the Austrian institutes today. Everyone has great advantages for the different cities in Austria. To promote Vienna a little bit, we are consistently ranked one of the best cities to live in the world. We've topped the quality of life rankings for the 10 past years. The joys of working at home. The university itself also ranks 11th among the most international universities and is a top ranked Austrian university in the world in the 2022 World University Rankings. We are Austria's largest research and educational institution with state-of-the-art facilities and extensive research infrastructure. As well, our success rate specifically for Marie Curie postdoctoral fellowship applications is higher than the EU average. So for last year's call, it was almost 28%. And for 2 years ago, it was 23%. Sorry, 1 second. Everyone comes home at the same time. Sorry, so it's about 10% higher than the EU average. Additionally, our department offers extensive support for applicants. So as I mentioned, the EOI process, we facilitate that. We also provide guidance documents to help prepare your proposal and organize workshop and training events. We provide specialized feedback, individualized feedback and support if you have any questions during the preparation of your proposal. We also offer a detailed proposal check where we read through the entire proposal and provide our feedback and suggestions and comments. Additionally, if your proposal is successful, we support you through the signing of the grant agreement process. Next slide, please. Thank you. One of additional advantage of applying with the university is the extra funding for a third year. So this was an initiative started in 2020, and it's been offered ever since then. So we hope it will continue. So for the top 10 ranked applicants, these are based on their rankings given by the European Commission. An additional third year of salary is funded. So this will allow the fellow and the supervisor to carry out additional research, publication, training, or grant writing. Next slide, please. Thank you. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at our Marie Curie email address, as well the link to our university, as well, and the special our Marie Curie website are all listed there. Thank you. And excuse the interruptions.
No problem at all. We all know that it happens. And thank you so much, Alena, for introducing all the different opportunities and also the extra support that you offer to the potential applicants to the Marie Sklodowska-Curie postdoctoral fellowships. And as you mentioned, the ones for this year are closed, but do not hesitate to get in touch with them already now, because as you know, the postdoctoral fellowships are is an annual call. And we are going to have another one for 2024. And normally they open at the same time around mid-April, and they close mid-September. So if you're not able to do it this year, you can be sure that next year will be also open, and you will be more than welcome to apply. So with that, we finished the introduction of some of the research institutions, universities that Austria offers. And as I mentioned, this is not an exhaustive list. There are other universities, research labs that do offer opportunities for you that you could perhaps search on the EURAXESS Jobs and Funding portal. So thank you to all my colleagues from Austria for being here today and talking about the hosting offers.